Good morning. Hey, if you have never seen this channel, what we do here at Silicon Valley Coins every Thursday, 9 o'clock Pacific, come rain or snow, hell or high water, is we put out 9 amazing coins for your perusal and potential addition to your collection. So anyway, if you want to see this every week and if you want to be notified and get a little reminder, hit the subscribe button. And trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year would make my day if you went ahead and subscribed. So let's get started. A little quick housekeeping. I am leaving for the ANA convention in Oklahoma City here pretty soon. So if you do decide to buy these coins and you do want to pick them up in person, would love to have you come by the table. The ANA, I think, is from the 19th through the 23rd. I'll be leaving on that Friday. So I will not be there for the Saturday portion of the show, which is fine. I wish they would just cut it off on Friday, frankly. But that being said, please come by the table, pick up some coins. I'd love to meet a lot of you in person. That would be a real highlight of the show for me. And I guess with that, let's get started. A great list. Let's start out. 1921, brick red, 65 obverse, even though this coin is graded 64 red. Really choice obverse, no mellowing. However, on the reverse, not quite as good. You can see the, where's my pointer? I always forget my pointer. It's the hardest thing to find because it's a chopstick. You can see the remnants here of a fingerprint, so I just want to point that out. The coin is properly graded as a 64 red, in my opinion, especially with that fingerprint on the reverse. Technically, the coin is a 5. The obverse of the coin is a 5 red all day, which is nice because you pick up the coin looking at it like this. 21s are always in high demand. Anyway, this coin, $275, big spread coin too. So you can easily get a 5 red that looks worse than this one on the obverse for over double the money. Anyway, link and sent, folks. We'll be happy to buy that coin. All right, next up, we've got the Rattler alert and Gold CAC alert. This one, an 1881 shield nickel, clearly a decam obverse. Reverse, again, just not quite as good. That little scratch, by the way, is on the holder. That one right there that blinks. Reverse, not quite decam, not enough frost. Certainly a cameo, though. Coin is freaking gorgeous. Obviously not a 5, well above a 5. I'll show you the cert if you want to look it up. Coin is incredibly fresh and incredibly beautiful. That little scratch will polish out of the slab, by the way. So anyway, asking $1,950 for this coin should be worth every penny. Lovely coin, especially for a Rattler type set. All right, really cool seated better date. This is a 44 dime and fine 12 CAC. Dimes like this, when they look like this and they have these sort of surfaces, cert cameo, man, just incredibly undervalued in my opinion. This coin is a real pleasure to look at, even though it's in fine. No real heavy marks from circulation. Obviously not a big coin, so it easily could get beat up by other coins and pocket change. It's $450. I buy these coins all day when I can make 50 bucks on them, and when I can, because I just love them for the commander's list. I mean, it's awesome. So even though they're a small profit margin coin for me, please offer me these sort of coins. I will take them all day. All right, another one. This one from the same collector. This is a 47 in CACG 45. 47s are not nearly as difficult as a 44. In fact, this coin in higher grade is less money, but it is very wholesome as well. You can see that it came with it used to be in an AU50 NGC holder. Crusty, original, really nice looking, 375 bucks to add to your dime collection. All right, next up. A difficult walker, 29D. In the low 30s and 20s, walkers are tough. And this is a great entry grade. Like, I love collecting these coins in 63, where you get really nice mint luster. This coin is off-white, so that actually reduces the premium a little bit. The market, for whatever reason, of walkers loves white walkers. So when you get a little bit of toning like that, I would say that don't reach as far for a coin. I've got this priced accordingly. There was a white that sold recently for $15.50 in a 63 CAC. I have this priced at $14.50. I think it's a really great value, and the coin is certainly not dark. It's really pleasing. $1,450. All right, next up is an OGH Maryland in 65 CAC. Calvert on the front, big deal in Maryland. I forget why. I guess that's just the coat of arms on the reverse. Anyway, Maryland's an old state. Went to school there. Lovely place. I was just talking about the lovely gerrymandering that goes on in Maryland as we deal with all the Texas stuff that's going on. It looks like everybody wants to get in on the gerrymandering. Sorry, I try to keep these these non-political, but it's just everybody, I think, is just tired of the politics. At least I am. Anyway, $300 for a Maryland. Very, very lovely coin. Blast white. OGH CAC. What's not to like? All right. 1871 seated dollar. Virgin original. It is so difficult to find seated dollars, which were abused. They're like the red-headed stepchild of seated coins. Just in nice condition. Obviously, it's a fine. Just admiring the surfaces on this. You know, the seated dollars are finally getting their due as collectors realize just how difficult it is to actually find these coins with nice surfaces and originality. By the way, too, for seated dollars, just always remember, on all other seated coins, maybe the 20-cent piece is a difference, but for seated coins, you need a partial liberty for fine, which is different. Normally, it's like if it's partial liberty on a quarter, let's say, it's going to be a VG, but on a seated dollar, it's different because of the wear patterns and the striking patterns of the coin. So usually you need a full liberty for VF on seated dollars. Just a good thing to put into your memory book as you're scanning the bourse floor. This coin is $625. I think CPG price guide is $650 right now. So it's priced a little bit below the retail price guide, and it's a great type coin. All right, Rattler alert, gold CAC alert, boom. And do a little research real fast here. I didn't even really know. There are very, very, very few PL gold CACs that are graded. I think this is one of 3 at CACG. So it's a POP 3, 0 higher in PL. Obviously ADS, common date. They often come PL. This coin on the obverse is actually dimple, in my opinion. It is a very, very frosty coin. Very clean surfaces. Incredibly clean cheek. Little scuffiness right there in the field, like that right there. The coin is, if it's not for that, the coin's a lock 7. Reverse, however, is not a dimple, even though it looks like a dimple at first glance. It has some die polish lines on the reverse, so that's disqualifying in today's standard for a dimple coin. But boy, is it a black and white cameo monster. Gold CAC, really nice looking. $2,500 for this coin. I think that you will find that is an acceptable price, especially when you do a little bit of research to see how difficult this coin is to find and what normal gold CAC 65s are selling for. All right, it's hard to believe that that wasn't even my favorite coin. This one is, saving the best for last. Oh man, I haven't handled any early gold in a while, and it's just always nice to bring it to the commander's list. This is an 1804, great date, never get tired of the date. AU55 CAC. This coin has amazing color. It also is a rare die variety, especially with these die cracks. I'm trying to see if I can get it a little bit closer for you. This whole thing is shattered. It's got die cracks everywhere. It goes all the way through the portrait, all the way up through here. You can see it in the true view even better, but this is not a scratch. This is a die crack. These are circulation lines. They sparkle a little bit at you, but the coin just faces up so nice. I agree with the grade as a 55. NGC would call this coin a 58 all day long. And the eye appeal is absolutely outstanding. Reverse is just the same, just amazing. Obviously more protected areas here, so the luster stays better. The coin looks like a 58 on the reverse, which is pretty standard. Pricing this coin at $18,000, which is what CPG is. I think it's worth every penny. There was an 1800 that just sold for over 20,000, similar rarity. And then there was a 1802 over 1 and 55 CAC that sold for 17,430. 18,000 is a great buy on this coin. And honestly, if somebody doesn't buy this coin, I may just put it away. Stuff like this is just so hard to find looking like it does. All right, folks, what a great week. Really appreciate your attention and tuning in to this commander's list. If you're a lover of numismatics and a hobbyist in the hobby of kings like I am, I really appreciate the time. And until next week, happy hunting.